Transit declarations referring to the free zone transaction form. In general, free zones are defined as special sites within the country that are deemed to be outside of the customs territory. Free zones are also defined as fenced-in areas in which special regulatory treatment exists for the operating users to promote exports of goods and services. Free zones offer more convenient and flexible business climate to increase trade volume and export for some industrial and commercial activities as compared to the other parts of country. With the aim of increasing and promoting export-oriented investment and production, 18 free zones have become operational in Turkey since 1985. Advantages of the Turkish free zones. Opportunity to benefit from tax advantages. Until the end of the taxation year, including the date when Turkey becomes a full member of the European Union, the earnings of manufacturers generated through the sales of the goods that are produced in the zones are exempted from income and corporate taxes. Until the end of the taxation year, including the date when Turkey becomes a full member of the European Union. The wages of the workers employed by manufacturers who export at least 85% of the FOB value of the goods they produced in the zones are exempted from income tax. The transactions and arranged documents related to the activities carried out by manufacturer users in the zones are exempted from stamp duties and fees. No property tax is paid for buildings or land in the free zones. Logistical services supplied to third countries are exempted from VAT. The free zone users that obtained operating license other than production before 06/02/2004, the income or corporate tax exemption continues during the validity period of the operating license. The free zone users that obtained operating license other than production after 06/02/2004 do not enjoy income or corporate tax exemption. Opportunity of medium and long-term planning. The validity period of an operating license. 5 years for tenant users. 20 years for manufacturer tenant users. 30 years for users who build their own working premises. 45 years for manufacturer investor users. Building plots and buildings on Treasury-owned land can be leased or granted easement until 49 years for the investor users. Opportunity to transfer profits. The revenue and earnings from free zone activities can be freely transferred to Turkey or abroad without any permission. Facilitation of foreign trade. Since the goods sold from Turkey to free zones are subject to export regime, free zone users can buy goods and services from Turkey without paying value-added tax. On the other hand, trade between free zones and third countries is not subject to foreign trade regime. Moreover, upon request, goods of Turkish origin in value less than $5,000 or its equivalent in Turkish lira can be exempted from export procedures. Trade facility free from customs duty procedure. Since the free circulation status of Turkish or EU-originated goods brought into the zones does not change, these goods are exempted from customs duty while entering Turkey's or European Union customs territories. Third country originated goods are exempted from customs duty while entering the free zones or being exported to another country apart from Turkey or the EU. Easy access to EU countries.
Since free zones are part of the Turkey-EU customs territory, the goods in free circulation can be sent to the EU countries by an A.T air certificate. Customs duties for the goods of third country origin are also not paid at the entry into the free zones. However, the goods of third country origin that are not in free circulation can be sent to the EU countries by an A.T air certificate, only after the customs duties are paid over the rates determined in the Common Customs Tariff. Equal treatment. The incentives and advantages provided in the free zones are available to all firms regardless of their origin. No time limitation. The goods can remain in the zones without any time limit. Managing trade activities according to market demands and conditions in the Turkish free zones. Unless the manufacturers demand, any authority regarding prices, quality and standards granted to public institutions and agencies by laws or by other legislation is not valid. Also, legislative provisions pertaining to customs and foreign exchange obligations are not applicable in the zones. Inflation accounting opportunity. Every payment in the Turkish free zones is done with convertible currencies or its equivalent in Turkish lira. Access to domestic and foreign markets. In contrast to most of the free zones in the world, sales to the domestic market except for consumer and risky products are allowed. Reduced bureaucratic procedures and dynamic management. During application and operation process, bureaucracy is minimized. Professional private sector companies manage free zones. Strategic location. Turkish free zones are close to the EU and Middle East markets, adjacent to the major Turkish ports on the Mediterranean, Aegean and Black Sea, and have easy access to international airports and highways. Competitive infrastructure standards. Infrastructure of the Turkish free zones is competitive with international standards. Supply chain management. Turkish free zones, particularly for the companies which manufacture for export, offer supply chain management opportunities in providing intermediate and raw materials. When writing a transit declaration based on FZTF, the export declaration number should be remained empty in the goods information section. The pre-document box should be changed to the previous documents. It can now be saved and sent for approval. If the client has given an ID number in the documents shared by him/her, in addition to the lines containing the invoice information and FZTF number in the declaration documents section. ZZZ Other should be selected again as the third line, and the FZTF ID no should be written. Net weight may not be provided in the FZTF. In FZTF, items should be entered separately, even if the product has not got organic nature. If the HS codes of the goods for the items are the same, they can be written as a single item. In cases where different items need to be written, if the pallet, kilo distribution is not provided, then it should be requested from the client. If you receive the answer you can make it randomly, then the pallets and kilogram may be distributed to items.
The total number of the pallets may be written on the first item and the number of pallets may be written as 0 for the other items. The description of the goods may be left as in the FZTF. In this section, we talked about free zones. Next time we will look at summary and bonded warehouse declarations. Keep watching.